Our company, Photonect, is developing a new technology to connect optical fibers to optical chips that are being used in data centers where all your internet actually gets transmitted and processed. The biggest problem in the data center industry, especially when you're using optical chips and optical fibers, is the time it takes to connect a fiber to a chip. If you buy an optical transceiver device, about 80% of the cost of the device just goes in the packaging and testing of it. And out of that, about 40% is just how you would connect a fiber to a chip. And the biggest reason or the bottleneck here is the time it takes to do a single connection. As the internet grows, you need a lot of data to be transmitted to data centers. You need a faster, more efficient method to connect fibers to the chip for processing and for scale up.
I'm back in San Francisco for OFC 2025, and I'm here with Photonect Interconnect Solutions with CEO Juniyali Nauriyal and optical engineer Dan Bro. Juniyali, can you tell me about Photonect? What's the journey been so far?
Yes, thanks a lot, John. I'm Juniyali, and we started Photonect as it was a University of Rochester spin-off. So it was my PhD research, which I'm commercializing over the past 2 years. So this was the first time I presented at Clio on my research as a PhD student. And after the research, the talk was done, a lot of people came up to me and asking questions about the research, and they wanted to offer me jobs or postdocs. And I'm like, wait a second, why is that happening? So I asked my professor, Jaime Cardenas, does this happen at every research talk? He was like, no. So we started talking to other industry folks and doing customer discovery on if there's a need for a technology. And all we started hearing was people really want a low loss, epoxy-free solution to attach optical fibers to photonic chips. So that is what pushed us into starting the company, because we had a solution that the industry needs, and we started going from there.
Great, and what makes your solution different? What makes it unique?
Yeah, so we have two parts in our solution or in our technology. The first is our on-chip mode converter, where I can show you a demonstration here where, let's say you were looking from the top. So this would be the edge of your chip. So once generally your chip would end here and you would bring your fiber in and just connect it here using epoxy. But what we do is we introduce this cantilever sort of structure at the end of your chip, which is made purely of silicon dioxide. And that helps in increasing your mode, which is around 2 microns at the edge of your waveguide, to 10 microns, so you can get really low losses at the junction. And recently we have been working with customers, and we can get even less than half a dB losses in simulations right now. But experimentally, we have shown 0.8 dB of coupling loss between a fiber and a chip. So that is the first part of the technology. And the second was how to deal with not using epoxy at the junction. So once you have, let's say, you have two pieces of fiber, if they break, you can just put them in a fusion splicer, press a button, and then it becomes a brand new fiber. We are using the same technology or the same thought process behind it, where we get a fiber, we have a chip at the center, and now we use an external laser from the top, a CO2 laser, to fuse the fiber and the chip together, because your fiber is made up of glass. And all of your silicon photonics or silicon nitride chips have silicon dioxide around it, which is glass again. So now you form a glass-to-glass bond, which reduces your back reflection at the junction, but also gives you high temperature reliability. You can go to cryo applications or solder reflow technologies. So that is what we are doing. And to make that into a product, we are now launching PIx-Attach, which is a laser-based fiber attach machine.
Great, that sounds amazing. So the actual attachment of the fiber is one of the weakest points of a system like this. So how do people access PIx-Attach? What's the best way?
Yeah, so we are having a wait list right now, so people can sign up, visit our booth, and they can just sign up for a wait list, and we'll talk to them. We are catering these initial launches to the customer needs. So if you have special needs, we would want to work with you to get the best machine that we can deliver.
Great. We had a private meeting before this and discussed some of the exciting partnerships you have. Watch this space. There'll be some exciting announcements soon. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
And have a great show.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you.